ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to welcome an exceptional individual today whose innovative ideas and dedication have significantly influenced the insurance industry. Let me welcome our mentor for today, Mr. Yashish, co-founder of the India's leading digital insurance company, PolicyBazaar.com, and a leading online market for investment and trading products, PaisaBazaar.com.
I'll take a couple of questions from the market access and related GTM and all. So there's one question from Amit Garg from the company Vexy. So they want to know what are some proven customer acquisition and retention strategies in fintech sector, and how can we approach our primary customers, and how do we ensure their continuous engagement on the platform? So getting the customers is fine, but then how do you keep them engaged and make them your repeated customers?
What we have found is that the best customer acquisition strategy actually continues to still be branding. And the simple reason is everything else gets commoditized. So whether you go on to search, or whether you go on to Facebook, or whether you go on to a social influencer mechanism, eventually other people can also pay for it. And they will have equal access to it. The only traffic which is yours is the customer who comes to you directly. And so we bit that bullet quite early on and spent a lot of money on that. And that part will not pay in terms of immediate ROI. Definitely not. It will be much worse than digital formats of acquisition. But we followed that and we continue to follow that. And we are big believers in that. Today, 85% of our sales come from direct traffic. And that's a very good position to be in. Otherwise, we would have a very difficult situation. Retention is a whole new game. You have to create two things. One is great customer service, and it's all relative. See, if you are not in Amazon's industry, it's very difficult to become Amazon. But you have to become much better than the rest of your industry. And if you're an industry which is ahead of Amazon, then being Amazon is no point. You have to become like, I don't know, like if you're in the quick delivery mechanism and Amazon delivers in 4 hours, then there's no point trying to deliver in 2 hours. You need to then deliver in 2 minutes, right? Because people are already delivering in 5 minutes, right? So I guess to each industry, you have to be the best in the benchmark, number one. And number two, you need to create opportunities for the customer to interact with you. So for example, if you look at insurance is a long gestation product. Hopefully, one should never need to use their insurance, because you only use an insurance if you're in a bad event. And so someone like us would create sort of a My Account section where people can access their insurance policies, share it with their family members, etc. And that becomes a use case for, or we can have things like, car servicing or annual health checkups. You basically create opportunities for the customer to come back to you repeatedly. Of course, it's a lot easier in our PaisaBazaar business, where we would have a credit score platform so that customers can access their credit scores on a very regular basis, every month, year, every month, every week, even daily. So I'll stop there.
Yeah. So another question on market strategy is from Shivani Chawla, Exotic Delight. They want to know, how can we test our fintech product or idea with customers before scaling in the market, and what indicators help us gauge if our product will fit the future market, especially in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So I think tier 3 is where the fintech is now growing fast after COVID, and basically product market fit, how do we ensure?
I think you can always do a test in a small location, which is a kind of hyper-local test. You could even do a test in a single office of a product to see eventually what 100,000 customers say will not be very different from what 10 customers say. I believe you get 95% of the answer with your first 10 customers. So I think focus groups is a great way to see if your product is going to have traction or not.